That would be a good. That would be a good ending. That
That's
would
what's
be
gonna happen.
like.
That's what's gonna happen, bro. I've watched I've watched too much anime to be wrong about this. I like being lied to. Kind of gets me off, you know.
Oh my
Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, an episode of Anime Fix, where you're fixed for all things anime. I'm Chase.
And I'm Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Hello, Chase.
A little different today. It's dark outside.
It is. But is it dark because it's night or dark because it's morning?
Dark because
No one
it's
may
night.
know.
Now they know. I definitely did not wake up early this morning enough to. You probably up at 5, weren't you?
Actually, yeah, I was.
Yeah, I get back on your level. I feel like we just take turns on who's the person that wakes up early. It was me, and then it was you, and it's me, and then now it's you again.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it could be both of us.
Oh, hopefully. If
Oh,
we lived
that would
next
be
to
the
each other,
win.
It would be because we can just wake up and work out together.
That's true too. I mean, you could always. I'm sure there's houses for sale down here. You don't have to leave the state.
I have to leave the state.
No.
What are we watching?
We watched the first half of Your Lie in April.
We did watch the first half of Your Lie in April. I was pretty excited about it. The first half, what do you think so far? You got through episode 11, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. What do you think about the first half?
It was definitely. So it definitely picked up, and it is
bit.
picking up.
Yeah.
The first 3.5 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what happened because I was so disinterested.
Yeah.
Everything that was going on, and it wasn't until the end of episode 4 where they did that when they both started playing,
Yeah.
but not like because so they're at a contest. All right, so let's talk about what the premise of the story is.
Yeah.
So there are 4 main characters. The lead is Kosei Arima, who is a very talented prodigy-esque piano player who is nicknamed the human metronome because he is extremely accurate, almost surgically, on when he plays music. Like a lot of the other musicians, when they're playing, there's an air or it's kind of, not perfect, or they add a little bit of spice. It's like they're putting, as they might describe, their soul into the music.
Yeah. They have more emotion when they're playing.
Yes, not Kosei. He's just
Robot.
on point. Yeah, robot is what they call him.
Yep.
And what happens though is his mother dies. So his mother taught him how to play piano. His mother dies. He loses. He can't hear the music anymore. He can't hear the music. He can't read the notes. He still knows how to play, but I think,
but because he doesn't hear the notes, he's off tempo a lot.
Yeah. So, and then he meets a pixie girl, a Kaori Miyazono.
You call her a pixie girl?
She's a pixie girl. She's like, there's so much life to live. I think of
to her, yeah.
I think of
what it seems like.
It's an archetype. It's where there's the straight-laced sort of reserved guy meets the girl who's sort of like the exact opposite, and that's what she is.
Versus the golden retriever energy.
Yeah. So she meets her and she invites him to participate in a contest with her, to be her partner. She plays the violin, he plays the piano, and he comes in there, does it, and he flops. He absolutely flops. He buckles under the pressure, and so he stops playing.
Yeah, bro just stops playing in the middle of the performance.
Yeah. Which is its own sort of like ballsy, right? Because it's one thing to finish and finish badly, but to just go, yeah, I'm not playing anymore. Like I'm done. In the middle of a contest. Oh, but then what happens is, and this is where I started to get really interested, is she stops and she's just sitting there, right? And so they're both
Yeah.
just standing on stage, dead silent. And then she turns to him and says, let's play together, right? They're already based on the rules, they're already disqualified because the moment you stop playing, no matter for whatever reason, you're done. You're kicked out.
Mhm.
But they start playing, and then that whole moment where they're both putting like their heart and their spirit into it, and it ends with this epic, thunderous applause from the crowd. That's kind of where I started to get more interested, right? Versus the first 3 episodes was so much exposition, and there still is a lot of exposition.
There's still a lot of exposition. I didn't
Like,
know.
so much-
I thought I liked exposition, but man, does this show make me hate it?
I mean,
Makes
like,
me hate it.
and you kind of see. I mean, like in the and like the last, so like from like episode 7 to like episode 11, where they're like each. So we come to find out that Kosei has a lot of people who hate him in the piano, specifically 2 other people that always got second and third place to his consistent first, right? They were top 3. Yeah, and they're so frustrated for different reasons at him. But what makes me smile is he has no idea who they are, and it's not because
again.
And it's not even because he's so self-absorbed. It's just that he's so shy and reserved that he's just like, I'm just coming here to play piano. He's doing, and it's all for his mother, right? It's all to make his mother feel better.
Yeah.
And so so it's just that he's so distracted by that he doesn't even pay attention to what's going on around him. So it's kind of a weird dynamic there where they're like, it's kind of like that when there's someone you don't like and you just constantly are just thinking how much you hate that person and how much you just want to stand up to them or give them a piece of your mind, and they have. And you
No
think that they have no idea who you are. You think they might be thinking the same thing about you, but they're really just going about their day.
Yep. Just like when someone cuts you off and like you just hate that person, you follow them and they're like, "What? Wait, what I do?"
Yeah, exactly. But about exposition, leading back to exposition, there's like 4 episodes there. Each of these 2 nemesis get like 2 episodes, and there's so much explanation as to why they are the way they are. The actual contest that we see of them is so short by comparison to the backstory that we're given. Yeah. It's pretty massive, and so it can get kind of dry, I think.
Bro, I honestly thought I'd like this anime a lot more than I do. Like even up to episode 11 so far, I'm like, I can see where it's going, and I'm like, I don't really care. And everybody like sings its praises, kind of like my Makia, but like, man, it's turning into a Makia for me. Like, I thought I'd like it a lot more. And like what you
I don't
were
know
saying,
if I'd say it.
I don't know. I like what you were saying about he hasn't suffered enough. I'm like, up to episode 11, he suffered a lot.
I think I wouldn't say it's Makia bad, because
No, I wouldn't say that.
It's just, I think the story is good. I think the execution, it's too drawn out. It needs to be a little bit more upbeat, right? And the other thing too that kind of bugged me was the cuts where they go from there's a lot of that expressive anime art style where like the eyes that just pop out.
Yeah.
And like, the contorted mouth, and pretty much their design is completely changed. Like I'm not a big fan of that. Small doses, it's okay, and there's a lot of that here too. Bro, Kosei, he's kind of a wuss. Like,
100%. All he does is play piano, you nerd.
I used to really want to play piano as a kid.
I did too. I really want to play piano too.
Yeah, so I'm jealous.
I am too, honestly.
But when his friend, his childhood friend, who obviously had because she has short brown hair, so obviously she has a crush on him, and she's not going to
I
get
know.
the guy.
I know.
What's her name? It is
Tsukasa?
Subaki.
Tsubaki, yeah. Is it Tsubaki?
Subaki. Yeah.
Yeah, Tsubaki.
She she carries him home with a broken ankle, and all he has is a skin knee.
Yeah.
He's crying the whole time.
That was hilarious. I
Yeah.
thought that was funny. Is she still dating that one dude, her senpai? That's in high school dating a middle schooler, which is weird to me.
Yeah, for sure. The fact how she like, hey, do you want to be my boyfriend? She just calls him up.
I mean that's what I did when I was like asking girls like to date and stuff. I was like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? That's how I asked. Specifically over text or phone. No. In person.
But I think so. Like we haven't seen them break up.
Yeah, but like she's throwing herself at Toasty. Throwing herself.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then then he's gonna have another love interest too, because we find out that one of his nemesis actually has a super crush on him because her backstory is because she saw him play as a kid and she's like she was so moved by his music, she was like, I want to be as good as he is.
Yeah.
And then of course he never pays attention to her,
Nope.
Doesn't pay attention to anybody, and so now she's kinda like, you will notice me.
Yeah, I've watched The Devil is a Part-Timer before this. So every time I hear the name Emmy, I'm like, oh hey, she's Emmy from Devil is a Part-Timer.
So I like where it's go. I like the story, but it's just so drawn out.
I'm just waiting for Kaori to die. That's all I'm waiting for.
What?
She's gonna die. You don't see it. How many pills she's taking and everything? She's gonna die. I noticed it like 2 episodes in. She has to die.
Yeah.
You didn't see that? You don't think she's gonna die?
I didn't notice the pills, but like you said, I didn't. You said 2 episodes in. I don't remember what happened the first 3, almost 4 episodes. So.
No, that happened when that happened in like episode 9 or 10 though, when she went to the bathroom during the intermission.
Oh yeah. She
and the
did. I didn't.
Said, like, there's so many pills. Yeah.
I did notice that. I just I did catch that. I didn't resonate. It didn't register that she was. It was the first time I noticed anything mentioned to her about pills, and so I didn't know what to think about that. But the fact that you said that we see that actually earlier too. Yeah. I don't know if she's gonna die, but she's probably definitely.
Yeah. No, she'll die. I bet like, I don't know, at least $2 on it that she'll die.
Only $2? Would you do $2.50?
Bro, it's such an anime trope to have like your love interest like that is like already showing. Unless they pull like a what's that? The Fault in Our Stars. Unless they pull one of those out where like either her best friend or he dies. I mean, that'd be cool to see. But
do you think he really? That's his love interest, or do you think she's sort of like not love interest, but more of a muse, more of an inspiration for him to get out of a shower?
Right now, she is his inspiration, but he keeps reminding himself, I'm only friend A. She's in love with my best friend because he doesn't think he has a shot. But what's going to happen? Because like I see it. So he doesn't have a reason to play, and he can't hear the notes, right? So here's what's going to happen. He is obviously starting to play for her now, halfway through the season, right? Halfway through the series. So he's playing for her. I think she'll die, and then he will have to try to find a reason to play for himself.
That would be a good ending. That would be like
that's what's gonna happen, bro. I've watched I've watched too much anime to be wrong about this.
And honestly, that's probably the best ending that he could have.
Yeah.
Because his whole life has been spent trying to please others,
Yep.
and
Do it
this
for
is just.
himself. Do it for himself.
How did you feel watching? At first, it was subtle, and then the blatantly obvious abuse that Kosei was going
She
through.
beat the hell out of him
Mhm.
in the auditorium. It's like you're not even being subtle anymore.
Yeah, and well,
I mean,
and
I
I'm
saw it too.
surprised that
Right?
did she die right after that?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it like
right after.
okay? I was
Because
gonna
she
say they
realized
did
how she's just obviously abusing her son and living through him because she couldn't accomplish her dreams.
because I'd be very surprised if they're like she beats him in front of a crowd and then he still lived with his mom for like another 2 years or something like that.
No, I think she let go at that point because she saw that with the monster that she became, and it's like I can't live like this with myself. I think she let go.
Um, did we ever learn what ailed her? What was making her sick?
No, but if you see the correlation of like how Kaori is taking a bunch of pills, his mom, when he visited her in the hospital, she had a bunch of pills on her nightstand as well.
Mhm. But I mean, that could have been a prescription for what was. I guess she could have overdosed, especially if it
Oh
was such
yeah,
a
she might
sudden
have. I
death.
don't know. I don't know if she did that. She might have.
It's like
But
it'd be weird if like yes she's sick, but if it's kind of like oh she died of a broken heart, let's no,
no,
let's make it
she's too much of a monster to do that.
yeah. Um, did you ever have any experience with like growing up wanting to please your mom? Be like or try so hard to not your mother but just your parents' approval.
Uh, yeah, I think so. A little bit, mostly with football. I would say they really wanted me to play
I
football, so I did it reluctantly.
I I had it with my mother specifically when I entered into so when I went back to school and I chose the same sort of career path that she chose, and I remember um, the sort of because she never like it said like like most like like you might say like parents push their kids to follow in their footsteps or whatever. She never did any of that. So the fact that I came to that on my own
Mm-hmm.
there was a I sensed uh, pride in her voice when I told her I wanted to pursue the same career as her.
Yeah,
And for me, the manifestation of how hard I worked wasn't in trying to earn her approval. It was actually in trying to surpass her
yeah,
and her skills. I wanted to both academically and professionally. I wanted to achieve more, faster, and better than she did. Of course,
yeah.
she had no idea. This was all.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah. Um, it wasn't until uh, years later when I was about to graduate and I was telling her like my GPA and I was like, got a 3.8 and she goes 3.8 and I was like, oh yeah, I'm so upset with myself. You was a 4.0 or whatever. I was like, and she's like, are you trying to be better than me? And
Yeah,
that was her first sign
yeah,
because grade wise, I was an exceptional student,
that's good.
but yeah, it was an internal it was an internal conflict with me trying to like
Definitely.
look at her and surpass her and like see where her career was, and so I there's a lot I saw of that in Kosei, not so much in his because obviously he wasn't trying to necessarily be better than his mother. That wasn't his motivation. But the sense of just putting in the hours and the time, and they're pretty much breaking his back to be as good as he was. I I definitely I empathize with that a lot.
Yeah. Also to like make sure, because like she'll be so happy that she'll get better. I think that's the one
Yeah.
thing.
That was his big motivation, is trying to help his mom not be
Yeah.
sick anymore.
Yeah.
And I see. I don't know how I feel about this, because clearly the mom, as the adult, should know that whether whether her son gets first place or not, it's not going to make any difference in her medical condition, right?
Yeah.
But did you think she just like enabled that as part of like a sort of a control? Like, oh
Uh-huh.
yeah. And it just makes me fucking hate her that much more.
Yeah.
Like, not only the abuse, but the manipulation.
What's crazy is you see that flashback, right, where the Yamoto, the girl that's like the best piano player in Japan, that comes and sees him after the performance. During that flashback, she's like, "You're gonna get him into talking to Kosei's mom. Are you gonna get him into piano?" He's like, "No, I don't want to have that life form and everything." Like, she was reluctant to get him into it, and then obviously he showed promise, and then he's like, "I can live my dream through you now."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we never have met the father yet either, and that makes me just like, well, where's the dad at in
No,
all
don't
this?
care. Another, it's another form of abuse, not being there.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see where the relationship with his mom's, basically his adopted aunt, I guess you could say, her mom's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see what she's going to teach him.
Think she's gonna teach him stuff?
That's what she said at the end, about teaching him about playing piano.
Oh, I can't remember that.
And I'm gonna wonder if like his mom taught him to be perfect, and I wonder if she's gonna teach him how to express himself through that.
Yep, I play with emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, is that episode where... No, I take it back, because no, wait a minute. There's the one episode where he played with the one girl, the one nemesis girl, who cried, was so moved by his music. But that was one of the first ones that he played. That wasn't the last one he played, because they competed against each other. I was confusing the timelines there. But I was wondering if her emotion, her reaction, wasn't all related to the last time he played, because that was where he played with heart, and his mom was so pissed at him. It's like, you didn't play the notes that are on the page. So I was wondering if there was like a tie in there to, she cried because she was so moved by his music, and that was the one time that he went off script, so to speak.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I'm interested.
Like, I'm interested, but like, I don't, unless something happens, or like unless they actually move me really well without exposition, like Shinkai, I don't think I'll watch it ever again.
No, this will probably be a one-time watch, and that was. I kind of went in. I was expecting Toradora,
I was too.
and it's not Toradora. I think Toradora is the same length,
It is.
and it told a much more concise, better, more engaging story, I feel.
Without explaining it to you.
um,
And like, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm just bringing it back to Blue Period, because I've been just rewatching all that, and I'm gonna get the manga. But like, Blue Period does a lot of, I won't say a lot of exposition, but it does exposition to tell you like concepts and like composition and like stuff about painting. But like, it just shows you through their work, which I like a lot too. So
I think it is picking up, and I'm interested to see how it ends. But
I'm right. I know I am.
even but even if even if it ends on a high note, I probably still won't rewatch it. This will probably be a one and done for me.
Same.
Um, who? I'm wondering if who wrote it. If it's similar, if he wrote any of the other animes we've watched. Let's see here.
I've been reading the Shinkai's new film that's out now, one with the
Oh
doors.
yeah.
I've been hearing I've just like been scrolling through like Chrome or whatever, and it says, "Did Shinkai give us another masterpiece?" I'm like, well, you don't have to even guess. I haven't even seen anything about it. Of course, he gave us another masterpiece. It's Shinkai. What do you mean?
Of course. I'm trying so hard to actually. I honestly I want to avoid. I see it and I read the headlines, but I'm avoiding most. Yeah, so I want to go in just be floored. We should do like a. Now remember, we have to watch the very first Shinkai film right before feature film right before we watch this, so we can like compare. Or do we want to watch? Do we want to watch it before, or do we want to watch it after?
What I think is we shouldn't watch the first one. I feel like we should rewatch like Your Name because it's like his most well known and best work, and compare it to his newest work.
Ooh. Don't you want to compare it to his first work to see how far he's come as an artist?
What's
I'm afraid to watch it. His first work is I was gonna say you're probably afraid that you're afraid to see it.
His first work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His very first was The Place Promised in Our Early Days. I think, yeah. No. I think it's Voices of a Distant Star.
I don't know. Tell me.
Oh, Shinkai feature film, because he's done a lot of shorts too, and I'm trying to not look at the shorts, just his features.
What do you think about Kaori calling Kosei Friend A? I'm gonna start calling you Friend A.
Okay. Why? My Friend A?
Because deep down I still have feelings for you, you know.
I mean, I call you Nakama sometimes.
You do. You haven't called me that in a while though.
I haven't felt the burning passion of that I have. Okay, so we've seen Garden of Words, we've seen Children Who Chase Lost Voices, we've watched 5 centimeters per second. The Place Promised in Our Early Days. That's his earliest work. He has 7 to date. Oh no, I'm sorry. Voices of a Distant Star. I think we did watch The Place Promised in Our Early Days.
I think so. Was that the one with the 3 different people?
Let me read it, because I don't remember. And that just says a
Like
lot
the ramen
about...
shop and stuff. If that.
I think so.
I think that's the one. I was like,
yeah, because
that.
I know it's kind of disappointing to go. I don't remember exactly the plot because it wasn't as good as the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Place Promised in Our Early Days. No. All right, so Place Promised in Our Early Days is one we haven't seen. The 5 centimeters per second.
We watched that.
I know we watched that. Yeah, was that? I think that's the one with the. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to go through my. You know what? There's probably a better way to find this, but 5 centimeters per second, I think, is the one where they have the 3 stories. Why is this so hard to find?
I don't know.
Let's see here. No, so the one with the ramen shop is actually a
Oh,
different
it
movie
is.
altogether. Yeah, it's not a
Oh.
Shinkai. It was made by the same studio who made Your Name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's completely different. So we haven't seen that, or we
Okay.
that's not a Shinkai film. Okay, that explains the confusion. So we watched 5 centimeters per second. Um, we haven't seen The Place Promised in Our Early Days. That's his very first feature.
Okay.
His Voices of a Distant Star is a short.
Mm.
Um, we're talking about his feature works. So yeah, we have one more to watch, and then we will be 100% caught up. I really want to watch. I'm thinking I want to watch Place Promised in Our Early Days, then watch his newest film, then watch Your Name, and see from his first work to his most recent work to his best known work.
Okay.
I think that would be a good.
You just tell me what to watch, and I'll watch it, bud.
I know. I'm very excited. Hey, have we got our tickets to go to Japan yet?
Bro. No, I'm moving. Remember?
Bro. Okay, so speaking of Japan, I actually found a YouTube channel where they do a live action of walking through Tokyo, walking through Japan.
What do you mean?
It's let me send it to you here. It's kind of cool.
Kind of cool or really cool?
I mean, I feel like it can get old quick, but like it's interesting. Let's say that.
Okay.
It's called Virtual Japan.
Virtual Japan. You can walk through Japan?
Yeah, so this person like with like 4K does like, all right, so here's a video, night walk in Tokyo Shibuya. And then there's like, so let me send that channel to you. Check it out and see what you think. It's just very pretty, more than anything. It's not. I wouldn't say it's anything other than that. Like, let's see here. Here we go. Right, there, I sent it.
Let me see. Oh, you sent it to me in the regular chat. Yeah, direct message. Did you? I don't see it. Where you sent it?
I sent it into the admin voice channel.
Oh. Oh, in the voice channel.
Yeah.
You gotta do things so weird.
Gosh.
It's in the text channel. I don't know how to look at the voice channel. Oh, there it is. I found it. That looks cool. This channel looks to share the virtual experience of being in Japan. I'm gonna check that out. Looks cool.
It's very pretty. It's very nice. Like I said, it's not super engaging. It's more to me like background art. Something to like just kind of experience in the background. It's not something you actively watch.
Huh. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so. We're just gonna finish up this next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it up for sure. Let's see if I'm right. I think I am. Usually right about these things. Anything related to anime or manga, you know.
And then if I finish early, I'll go ahead and start the other one you were talking about. What is it called? Blue what?
Blue Period. You're gonna watch it?
Why wouldn't I?
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Alrighty. We'll catch everyone next time. We'll finish up Your Lie in April.
Bye.